Runway 35 center, thanks to Golf Alpha, ground from 65 on the bridge, information radio, sir.
Tower, good morning, American 2770, visual 36 left.
American 2770, DSC Tower, runway 36 left, center land, wind 2604.
36 left, clear to land, American 2770.
Out of the blue of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
The following program comes to you in color.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on this big blue marble. It's Walt, back with you again for another edition of Runway DFW. We are here on this Sunday, February 18th, 2024. Kind of a warm-up, I guess you would say, for our pals Kevin and Rudy out at Airport Videos Live, Airline Videos Live, sorry. And what's that you see on the screen there? Planes look like it's landing in the wrong direction. Anyway, we are here on a frosty morning. You can see it's, yikes, 27 degrees, and that is below 0 Celsius. So keep me warm, would you, by your company here on today's edition of Runway DFW. Well, let's see what's going on here today. The first thing we have to note is that we're in South Flow, and guess we don't have anything coming in right now. Let's look at the radar here. Yes, nothing is coming in, so we have a little time to chat amongst ourselves while we wait for the next activity. But the main thing to consider is that, at least for now, the planes are coming in from the far south side of the airfield, and it's like a couple of miles away from us when they land. Let's see if we can get some of them lined up here. Our early morning focus is not... Well, there you see a couple, 3 planes lining up to come in. There. The first of which is coming in from Chattanooga. It is Flight 5137 American Eagle. Fortunately, it's a clear morning, so the plane looks a little less fuzzy than it normally would, at midday or on a warm day. Now, I do have some hope that the winds will flip around before we leave today. Right now, they're almost calm. The airport says they're coming out of the west at 4 miles an hour. And so I have some hope that they'll switch around the operations, because the winds will be coming out of the south later today. But whether that will happen on our watch, I do not know. Our channel member and moderator, Luke the Random Spotter, says, always love seeing the approach lineup. And Luke, I acknowledge your kind message from yesterday. He sent me a picture from a junior, I think he said junior league hockey game in Sioux City, Iowa. And he is an official. And the view he had from ice level,
DFW Tower, American 2272.
I don't know if he was, I don't know if he was in the penalty box or what, but it was a great shot. This is American Eagle 3780 coming in from Amarillo, Texas. It's an Embraer 175. A little bit of a sunrise for us. We salute Chad Hart for 8 months of membership here at Runway DFW. He says, good morning, Walt. I love the 747s. And I don't know if we'll be seeing one in action today. We do have one to show you, however, so hang on for that. Chris FX says, watching this amazing stream early in the morning while getting my X-Plane 11 route ready to head to Las Vegas from, is that Pittsburgh? I'm not sure. Simulation teaches you a lot about the vital operations of an aircraft. Channel member Patrick Lloyd says 28 degrees here, High Point, North Carolina. Yeah, we're about equal, I would say. CHK, another channel member, says, good morning, Walt, from Texarkana, Texas. A cold 27 degrees Fahrenheit here as well. And there's that 747 we promised you. Don't think we'll be seeing that in action this morning. Of course, that's UPS. Let's see. Well, I missed the latest landing, but here it comes. That is American Airlines flight, American Eagle 3353 from Brownsville, Texas. Another E-Jet. We do have takeoffs as well here. Let's see if we can find ourselves one. We've got American Flight 1244 to Denver, which is headed our way. This always throws me off because we don't often get to follow the planes as they take off here. But here we go. Let's see if we can follow this along. I have a super chat to report from Danny Kennedy. $5 from Danny Kennedy. Thank you so much, Danny. Much appreciated. A few trains at reporting a run to the supermarket before the stream starts. But the stream has started, so. Well, my tripod is moving very slowly this morning. We've got John Kelly Grant checking in from San Jose, out there in California. O'Malley says there's some engine maintenance happening on the Queen. We'll have to take a closer look at that. Yeah, they got a lot of cones out there, don't they? Oh, yes. Got that just a bit disassembled there. So we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you for that heads up. Ms. Wolf 13, one of our great mods, and a channel member, says, Runway DFW, good morning, Walt. Good to see you. Happy to see you here, Ms. Wolf 13. Sky Ops Aviation says, good morning, Runway DFW, watching from San Antonio, Texas. A pleasant good morning to you. Howdy Doody says, Runway DFW, good morning, Walt, and everyone. Trying to catch up with our messaging here. Bill Caldum, channel member, says, good morning, Walt. From Arkansas, I believe. Tomas K says, hello, Walt. Hello, Tomas. Bernie Swigglebart says, yeah, good morning. Heath Shelton, channel member, says, good morning, Walt. Hope you're staying warm out there. Mick Larkin checking in from Dublin, Ireland. Hello, Mick. Jacob Smith is checking in from Central Illinois. Hello, Jacob. Channel member Marco Hinton says, good morning, everyone. And our good buddy up there in Oklahoma City, Josh Aldrich, And Armand says, good Sunday morning, one and all to Runway DFW. Grab a cup of coffee, click the like button, and relax and enjoy the show. Here's MR Rice wishing us a good morning. Please keep warm and coffee very hot. I'm not a hot coffee person. Even on days like this, if I decide I need some warmth, I'll get a hot chocolate. That's how I usually roll. So what do we have in store for us today? I think in the first hour, I believe we'll be seeing Japan Airlines coming in from Tokyo. That'll be a 777, I believe. We've got also in the mix late in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll have the Emirates flight coming in from Dubai. And then just before we sign off at 10, we should see, and that'll be a 777, and then we'll have another 777 coming in from Doha as Qatar Airlines arrives just before 10 o'clock. At least that's the schedule. There's an American Eagle jet, a CRJ 701ER, touching down from Wichita Falls. I guess because it had to come in from the south side. It's taking a little longer. It's actually over a 31-minute flight from Wichita Falls, Texas. Normally we get that in under 30 minutes. Chad Hart saying it's a beautiful day in Mesa, Arizona. Although, how can you tell? The sun hasn't even risen there in Mesa, Arizona yet, has it? Mindless JJ says, good morning, Walt. Good morning to you. Donnie White, channel member, says, hope you have a hot chocolate. And I don't. But that's okay. This should be an American Eagle E-Jet headed out to Houston, Texas. Houston Intercontinental George Bush Worldwide Airport down there in Houston. Let's see if we can discuss the situation we're in as far as where planes are coming and going from. In our map section of the show, let's see here. So here's where we are, where that blue dot is, where it says Runway DFW. We're on the northwest side of the airport, and we are overlooking, as currently configured, runways 36 left and 36 right. The planes are landing on 36 left, taking off on 36 right, over here on the west side of the airport, in our current configuration, which is north flow, where the planes come in from the south and take off towards the north. What we're hoping is later today, and maybe even while we're here, we'll switch over to south flow, where the planes take off and land right in front of us, which is a little better view for you and me. Well, let's get back to the show here. By way of identification, that was American Airlines flight 1324 off to Los Cabos in Mexico. We have another super chat to acknowledge gratefully. And is my mouse going to cooperate this morning? This is from Scott Helmke. It says, good morning, Walt, from Saginaw, Michigan. Have a great show. So thank you for that $10 super chat, Scott. I appreciate that. Jackie Hughes says, hi to the host. That would be me. Hello, Jackie. My name is Walt. I think I saw somebody in chat say something about an echo. You'll hear an echo because we've got our scanner hooked directly into our soundboard. But they also have a PA system here, public address system, here at Founders Plaza where we are. And that blasts out the air traffic control as well. So, and there's a delay in between those two things. So that's why you might hear that's why you hear kind of an echo effect. We have American flight 1438 going to Boston. Lined up to take off. They're on 36 right. And let's see, we may have to slide over here a little bit to see it. There you see a plane that's headed towards the departure point. It looks like it's the One World livery. This is about as clear as conditions ever get here. We're looking about 2 miles away at this plane. Here goes the plane to Boston. We have our grackly friend checking in. Yeah.
American 1869, RNAV 2 Haskell, runway 36 right, clear signal.
Sounds kind of like a car alarm, doesn't it? Wait. Chris FX says, anybody know what One World means? Well, it's an association. I don't know if that's the right word for it. Of different airline companies which agree to make it easier for their passengers to make connections to one another. So, for instance, American Airlines is kind of the leader of the One World group. And you can buy tickets on American Airlines to go on Qantas to Sydney. And you'll get a ticket from American Airlines, and I think it'll have an American Airlines flight number on it. But you'll be traveling on Qantas. And you can also use your miles from the American Airlines Rewards Program, Advantage, to get a flight on Qantas. And vice versa. And there are several of these associations in the airline world. One World being one of them. Fatima Shamin says that UPS 747 was lit up, meaning that it was showing up on the radar almost the whole day yesterday. Let's see, the next flight out is going to Los Angeles. It's American Flight 2010.
American 34 Heavy, Whiskey Kilo, cross runway 36 right, heading around 25. Runway 3372, Whiskey Kilo, cross runway 36 right, heading around 25. 36 right, cross, ground 25, American 2062 is in the cross runway 36 right, heading around 26.
Go back to this 747 with the with apparently some engine maintenance going on. Well, there's a pickup truck. I don't see any people out there. Maybe they're in getting a cup of coffee. Pan Am 436 says, Walt, you would need a high stool to be able to sit. Sitting is not much of an option here when you're running 3 cameras and all that stuff. Plus, you've got a... So, I mean, if everything was right in the same angle of view, you could probably sit on a stool, but since you've got to move around quite a bit in order to swing around. Well, we lost that one. So we've got anything coming in here? No, it looks just like planes that are going out. A lot of planes going out this morning. And that looks to be the best one. Or the next one. No, there's the next one. We've been here on a few cloudy days and nights recently, and today the sun is out in full blossom, which is nice. It makes it feel warmer than it is. But here at Founders Plaza, we are on the wrong side of things as far as photography goes in the morning. So what I'm trying to say is we're looking right into the sun as the planes go up in the sky. That, as you could clearly see, was a Delta plane. That was flight, let's see, 841 to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Airbus A320. Got a plane landing from Denver. Flight 2612 coming in from the Mile High City in Airbus A321. And here goes an American flight off to San Diego, California. I am seeing in the chat room here our pal from across the seas, Gerard, who's a channel member and a moderator. Thank you, Gerard, for being here. There's his welcome, a big hello, and as always, very nice to see you all here again. Thank you, Gerard. Here comes the Japan Airlines flight we talked about. It's Flight 12 from Haneda Airport, a 777. 777-300ER touching down after an 11-hour and 17-minute flight across the ocean. Okay, the winds are coming in from the west right now. So my hope is that before we depart today, we'll have switched around to South Flow and we'll get a little better look at the aircraft as they come and go. Well, there's Bill Platt, and he's a channel member and a mod. He's acknowledging that we have a mod party this morning. And we kind of do.
Air 12W Whiskey Kilo, cross runway 36 right, then contact ground 121.85.
Whiskey Kilo, cross 36 right, 121.85.
Looks like we've cleared out our departures for the time being. The JAL flight is now trucking on over to the Terminal D for deplaning.
Runway 3647 Whiskey Kilo, cross runway 36 right, cutting ground 25 on the side.
I haven't been away. I've been trying to look through our messages through the morning sunlight. Joe Cisco says, good morning from down the street in Bedford. Good morning to you. Jackie Hughes wants to know if I've been to Australia. No, I have not. Definitely on my list of places I'd like to go someday.
Recognize 781, cross runway 36 left, hold short runway 36 right.
And as I've said, if I go to Australia, I've got to swing over to New Zealand or vice versa because, you know, it's what you do when you travel that far. Lucky for Josh Aldrich, who's responding. He says, I've been to Aussie land 7 times. That is very cool. Hey, look, there's Michelle RS. Hello, Michelle RS, channel member and mod, joining the mod party. Responding to somebody who had a question about a certain auto race I think, which takes place later today. Timmy's Kibit. I give up. Walt, have you ever been to Houston Airport? Well, there's two commercial airports in Houston, Hobby and George Bush Intercontinental. And I know I've been to Houston. I haven't been to Houston in a long time. I think I've been to both of them, but I couldn't swear to it. Because again, it's been a long time. But as far as plane spotting goes, no, I haven't been to either one. I see our friend Skittles in the chat. Hello to you, Skittles. Gerard says, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on behalf of the entire Runway DFW crew, thank you very much for being with us today. Please remain seated until the world's famous Walt Zorko is going home. Yeah. Hey, here's what I have to do. I have to take off my headphones, go to the car. I have a knit cap on, which is great for cold weather, but not so great for keeping the sun out of your eyes. So I'm going to run over to the automobile and grab that, and I'll be right back. Why don't you keep yourself amused by listening to some of the great music we have here on Runway DFW. Well, I have some good news for those of you who are fans of the Boeing 747. We have Korean Air Cargo Flight 256, a 747-400 headed to Anchorage. It's lit up on the radar, and we'll be seeing that come out very shortly. Okay, enough with the dance party. Put away your dancing shoes. They'll come into play later here on Runway DFW.
In the morning.
Linda Kavinsky says, good morning all. Good morning to you, Linda. Heath Shelton says, from here in America, the flight to Australia is a marathon of a flight. And we have a number of flights between here and down under. American flies, it's a seasonal flight, which will end, I guess, as summer here approaches, to Auckland, New Zealand. We've got Qantas flies to both Melbourne and Sydney, and American has just announced that it will inaugurate travel to Brisbane coming up this fall. And that will be American Airlines' longest flight. Saying hello to Uncle Car Guy up there in Indianapolis. Hello, Uncle Car Guy. You know, I think of you every time we have a plane which comes or goes from Indianapolis. And we had one of those. We had a couple of those in recent days. And sometimes I even shout out to you, hoping that you're there. So if we see one this morning, we'll let you know. Channel member Mary Extraordinaire says, good morning, Walt. Hello to you. Susie Rivera checking in, says, hi everyone, good morning. I love this channel. I live about 10 minutes from the airport, so I get to see them in the air as they fly over my house. It's so great. Thank you for the stream. I love it. You're welcome, Susie. If you ever get a chance to come out to Founders Plaza, hope you will, and say hello. Somebody revving up their engine behind us. We've got a flight going out to Cancun. This will be Spirit Airlines Flight 343 and Airbus A321. It should be entering our screen right there. More Australia talk from Los Angeles. Australia is about 13 to 15 hours away. Not an unsubstantial journey. Things have kind of quieted down here just a bit. But I just received a notification from our pal Michelle R.S. with a very kind $25 super chat. Walt, thank you for braving the cold. Have a great day. Thank you, Michelle. I wouldn't say I'm braving the cold. It's, it is cold. But, the sun has kind of warmed things up just a little bit. So thank you so much for that. Hope to see you again soon. Richard Carlisle says, good morning, everyone. Hello, Richard. Richard Carlisle checking in from a cold and snow-covered Indiana. A reminder that winter is not over. I do see the Korean Air 747, Korean Air Cargo 747, now on the move. So with nothing else happening, we're going to point our camera 1 in that direction so we can see it emerge from behind the fence there. Ooh, there it is. If I'm not mistaken, we should see a tail there momentarily. I could be mistaken. That could be just some kind of a vehicle. No, there it is. There's the distinctive tail. Gaming Justin is here from Cologne in Germany. And good afternoon to you over there in Deutschland. And actually, I kept thinking that the 747 was going to come our way, and it's not, of course, because we're in North Flow, so it's got to go to the south side. So we get kind of an obstructed view of it until it makes a left turn. Silly me. Frontier Flight 1425 is going to San Diego. And I'm looking out for that right now. I think I've got it in my sights. Probably won't be able to see it, but it's got Manuel the squirrel monkey on its tail. Well, not a real squirrel monkey, a picture of one. We have yet another super chat to acknowledge, this one from our channel member and moderator, Bill Platt, who says, you may have talked about it, I probably missed it. What's the area temporarily closed sign? Did they announce future plans for the area? And no, we'll talk about that here. There is the sign. They've got about, I don't know, it seems like 47 of them ringing the area. They put up this fence, which hadn't been here until, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And apparently there's some erosion problems on the hill on the other side. And so they're trying to keep people away from that, and it's my understanding that they're going to be making some repairs on the other side of the fence to, I guess, abate the erosion. But I haven't seen anything that looks like work being done over there, so I guess we'll find out. Susie says, are the planes taking off from the north today? No, they're taking off from the south, but it's called North Flow because they fly into the wind. News World India is our new subscriber. Welcome to you, News World India. If my mouth doesn't seem like it's working real well today, it's because of the temperature there on your screen. I should probably just play music and let the planes go by, but I'll do what I can. This is the Korean Air cargo flight we talked about. The 747-400 model dating back to the year 2006. It's going to Anchorage on its way back to the Far East. Thank you, Benny Huggins, for your subscription to Runway DFW. A reminder that a subscription is free of charge, and it does give you the entree into our chat room. Now, of course, you can look at the chats without being a subscriber, but the only way you can participate is to be a subscriber to the channel. So I hope you'll consider that. Queen of the Sky is about to take to the air here at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. As we acknowledge and thank Heath Shelton for 5 Tri-Jet gifted memberships. Thank you, Heath. A mighty bird indeed. On its way to Alaska. And there's another Queen currently undergoing some sort of a maintenance or repairs. Donnie White, channel member, says, Walt, will we see the A380 this morning? Well, we only get one A380 flight. That is British Airways coming in from London. I believe I saw the alert that it had taken off this morning. Let me see here. Yeah, it took off 3 hours ago from London, but we will not be here for that today. We sign off at about 10 o'clock Central Time to give way to our pals Kevin and Rudy over at Airline Videos Live. So that is our schedule for the morning. Got somebody pulling up over there. You can see the ladders going up to, I guess that would be engine number 2. Something's going on over there. Our moderator and channel member O'Malley said, awesome Queen departure. Eric Vegas is just checked in, so we say Viva Eric Vegas. A few trains that says, amazingly, British Airways Flight 193, that A380 is on time today. So it's a mid-afternoon arrival here. Zachary H9466 says, good morning, Walt. I seem to be losing my voice, don't I? And while I lose my voice, let us do this on the Runway DFW YouTube network. You're watching Runway DFW in color, live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, USA. My name is Walt, and we'll be here with you for another 2 hours of broadcasting as we watch the planes come and go here at one of the busiest airports in the world, although not right now. So stick with us and hang out, and let's have fun here at Runway DFW. It's Sunday, February 18th, 2024. Welcome on in. Kind of missed that song. We used to use that for our closing theme. I kind of lost it, so I don't know. Maybe we'll go back to that. All right, let me look at the radar here. Nothing coming in, nothing going out. It is entirely dead here at one of the world's busiest airports, as I just mentioned a few moments ago. So, fun city. Richard Carlisle says, you need some hot coffee, Walt. As I explained earlier, I don't drink coffee. I have a beverage here. Hang on, let me get a sip. Yeah, I'm an iced coffee person. Josh Aldrich says, cue the tumbling tumbleweeds. If only we had some tumbleweeds here, that would be nice to see. At least it would be some action. There's a look at the East Tower. A lot of plain tails there. Well, I would like to say thank you very much to Skittles, who celebrates 9 months of membership of the channel. 9 months, where did time go? I've had a great time watching and learning about DFW. Thanks, Walt, she says. Being a member of this fine channel is time very well spent. Well, you are up early there on the West Coast, where it's just now turned 6 a.m. So thanks for getting up early with us, Skittles. And that sound effect has no relevance whatsoever to anything except that either I touched my soundboard and it went off, or it's acting weird in the cold weather. The thermometer here that we have on my soundboard says it's 41 degrees. Although the official temperature is 28. We have finally a couple of flights coming in. The first of which will be American Eagle 6254 from Grand Island on a 701ER. That'll be followed by American Airlines Flight 977 from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I don't remember seeing that flight again before. So let's see what we can show you here. You know, I like when we have a laid-back show. This may be a little too laid-back. We need some action. Well, there are a couple of birds in the flight from Grand Island. And the sound of grackles. I would like to reach out the hand of friendship to our pal Skittles up there in the Northwest, who has just gifted 5 Tri-Jet memberships. Thank you, Skittles. And you'll see the names of our new members appearing on your screen there. Here's a Delta flight. It is on its way to Salt Lake City, Utah, flight 1269. A little Airbus A319 there. And thanks once again to Skittles, one of our great channel members, for contributing 5 new members to the channel. Speaking of members, Carolyn Crowder says good morning to me and all the Runway DFW family from a cold Reidsville, North Carolina. Our temperatures are almost the same as yours, Walt, so stay warm. Well, I do have to say that now that the sun is up in the sky, it does, at least it seems a little warmer. I'll have to say that. Looks like the Delta flight is on hold here. And O'Malley, who is a relatively new moderator, but a long-time channel member, 9 months to be specific, says, here's some action. I'm having a full-term Runway DFW baby. What? Oh, I get what I see what you're doing there. Well, congratulations. Cigars for everyone. That is the soundboard. It just did that all by itself. Does my soundboard have AI? I don't know. Josh Aldrich says this plane reminds him of a song. Baby bus, do-do-do-do-do-do. Channel member Veronica Peters is saying good morning. Hello to you, Veronica. Happy to have you here with us today. Let's, while we wait for that plane to come in, let's take a look at, we've got a couple planes about to arrive. Here comes American Flight 831 from Monterey. It's another baby bus. But the next one to arrive is a little larger than that one. It's 777 coming in from Dubai. This is Emirates Flight 221. And we were talking about long flights earlier. This is this one's been in the air for 15 hours and 22 minutes. It is our one and only Emirates flight of the day. Emirates, of course, did fly one of its mighty kings of the sky, the A380, here to Dallas-Fort Worth before the pandemic hit.
Okay, Delta 12.
So I think we'll be able to transition from this to that Delta flight, which is there. Got almost obliterated in the exhaust of that 777. And once again, this aircraft is going to Salt Lake City. You know, it's weird, when I came out here to set everything up, I had this pair of brown gloves that has the fingers cut out of the right hand, or the fingertips cut out, so I can use touch screens. And I put them down at one point this morning, never to be seen again. They must be in the car somewhere. All right, Delta. Headed out to Salt Lake. I think we lost it. We say good morning and hello to Aviation Geek, who says hello everyone. Channel member Michael Trout says good morning everyone. Larry B, watching from the Philippines. shortly after 10 p.m. in that far eastern nation. Sarah Deal, the real deal, says, good morning, Walton Mods. Hello, Sarah, up there in Boston. Did we say hello to Aviation Geek? Hello, Aviation Geek. Cargo Lux 747 fan, Dallas, Australia, channel member says, UPS 747, kind of boring now. Well, that's kind of our cutaway shot. We've got 3 cameras here this morning. We've got that one, we've got this one, and then we've got that one by Magic. So we try to mix up the shots here, but sometimes we'll sit on one while we acknowledge our viewers. We also, of course, have this, which tells us that we've got an American Eagle flight to Austin lining up to take off there on 36 right. We'll look at that in a minute. And Cargo Lux 747 fan, we don't feel left out. We enjoyed talking to you and everybody here. As long as you stay within the bounds of conversation. So hopefully that will be taken care of. Finland guy says 747, never boring. I agree with you, even if we just get to see it. And of course we did fortunately get to see the Korean Air Cargo taking off there a short time ago. So I hope you got to catch that. If you didn't, scroll back and see it. Here is American Airlines Flight 853 from San Luis Potosí in Mexico. This is an Airbus A319. And you'll just have to take those little chimes or crickets. Joshua Rodriguez checking in from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Viva Las Vegas. Or so says a very well-known football player. Let's see, we're going to swing over here and get American Flight 1066 coming in from Mexico City. This is a 737-800 right here on Runway DFW.
Left 543, Arna to B Park, Christian Arna to Haskell, runway 36 right for takeoff.
Wendy KLM fan, channel member, and hello to you, Wendy, says watching a 747 is something I can do 24/7. I agree with that. Deborah Klein, channel member, says watching from Pittsburgh, Texas, where it's 28 degrees. Stay warm, Walt. I am well layered up this morning, I must say. Multiple layers. So I'm as good as you can be standing outside, I think. Josh wants to know, much quieter in Vegas this weekend? I imagine it was quite a scene in Las Vegas last weekend for the Super Bowl. Carolyn Crowder says, Mods, thank you for all you do to make sure this channel stays friendly for all. And that's kind of a hallmark of this channel. I think people see that when they come and visit us. And I give all credit to our Moderation Federation for that. But Wendy does know, you wouldn't know that this is the second, or you wouldn't think this is the second busiest airport. Well, again, all airports have their down times. Cue the crickets. Off to Seattle goes that Alaska Airlines flight 543, a 737-900. Just for grins, let's point our camera over here to a plane we will not see in action this morning, but we always like to see it nevertheless. Boy, I gotta get rid of those sounds. Yes, that's an MD-11 sitting over there. One of the array of UPS aircraft, which of course, sadly, they're slowly divesting themselves of. I think I saw this week that UPS is getting two 747s from, I think it was Qatar Cargo. So they'll have a couple of more Queens to fly about once they get converted over to UPS specifications and painted in the brown, yellow, and white colors. That was what? American Eagle Flight 3534 from Moline, Illinois. We have American Flight 2353 off to Reno, Nevada, Flight 738, which I believe, is this it? No, that was American Flight 2432 going out there to Los Cabos.
Echo 2 for spot 122.
Here goes the flight to Reno.
71, Roger, roll exit back to us.
3534 cross 36 right, kind of ground 25. 34 cross 36 right, kind of ground 25.
Cross 36 right, ground 25, and
3781, I want you to go Echo Whiskey Juliet, full short
Echo Whiskey Juliet,
Channel member Yolene Ferber says, good morning, Walt, from Snowy Bend, Oregon. It's good to see you here.
Yeah, morning, Tower, 2078 with you, visual 36 left.
We've got American Flight 397 landing from Lubbock there in the background. And in the foreground, it's an American Airlines 7879 Dreamliner, which has just come out of the hangar area on its way to its next assignment.
Okay, Mike 397, turn right there, whiskey. Alright, that's 36 right, it's whiskey Lima and ground under shot, 397. American 781, shots going to hold position, cross runway 36 right, kind of ground 185.
781 will cross 36 right, contact ground 85.
We have a good morning from Jose Aguilar. The channel member says greetings from League City, Texas. Greetings to you. Donnie White says, I absolutely love the 787 Dreamliner. The front windows are very interesting looking. So cue up the front windows. There you go. They are kind of interesting. Aviation Geek with an unsubstantiated allegation that the Super Bowl was rigged. Must be a 49ers fan. Josh Aldridge says all's quiet on the western side. Well, it's not totally quiet. We've got some action.
Okay, Mike 2029, let's go Echo Whiskey Juliet, hold short runway 36 right. Echo Whiskey Juliet, short of 36 right, American 2029.
But it's a little quieter than normal. Daryl Ann Monroe is checking in. A channel member saying, hi Walt, how are you? I am cold. Been a bit cooler here today, about 20 degrees Celsius. Was 37 degrees Celsius on Thursday. So been the extremes, which is normal this time of year. Enjoying the stream. Well, thank you, Daryl Ann. You must be somewhere in the southern hemisphere. Evelyn MD with a shout out says, hey all. Hello to you, Evelyn. Joshua Oliger, one of our mods, says good morning to all. Hello, Joshua, and thank you for being here. Arya's World says it's cold. Thank you for that bulletin. Kiwi Whispers ASMR says good morning. He is a channel member from around these parts. Michael Gallant, or Gallant, says good morning everyone, live from Alabama. And we have a thank you from Skittles, a $35 tip. I'm going to have to call that one up again so that we can read it all. She says, please apply to your fuel and hot chocolate fund. Thank you for what you do, Walt. Thank you, Skittles. Yeah, I'll probably go get a hot chocolate after this little enterprise wraps up. And as for fuel, I have an electric car, so I'll just apply that to my electric bill. There's an American Eagle flight way down there. It's flight 3920 to Amarillo, Texas. It's an Embraer 175. As we reach the midpoint of today's broadcast. Yeah, I was hoping that by now the flight controllers would have said, we're switching around to the south flow. But that has not happened. So we continue watching planes taking off from runway 36 right down there, about 2 miles away from us. So we get to look at a lot of aircraft underbellies as they pass by us. Well, that's right, Marilyn Monroe is from South Africa. Thank you for reminding me of that. I knew that. Here's that Dreamliner crossing over, waiting to cross 36 right as it heads over to the terminal area. Cargo Lux 747 fan says, May is the best month for me because it is my birthday. So check in May and we'll play you your birthday song. We should at this point, again, the halfway point of our broadcast, would like to extend our thanks to all of our supporters. And we do that in the form of a crawl. It's a long crawl that appears at the bottom of the screen, which as of last night at 10 p.m. lists all of our members as of that time. So if you're a new member, you won't see your name on this list till the next broadcast. First of all, we'd like to thank our sponsor, channel sponsor, James Webb, who's done very much to help this channel over the last year. And James, we tip our cap to you and thank you again for everything. Also, we like to shout out the names of our Quad Jet channel members, the highest level of Runway DFW membership. I think we're up to about 20 Quad Jet members now, which is incredible. So thanks to 757 Chip, A-List Flyer Chris, Beaker and Honeydew, Beve, Cubs Win, Deborah Klein, Dimitri H., who's a new member. Thank you, Dimitri. Dwayne C., James Webb, Josh Aldrich, Kai, Kansas Ave Geek, Lori M., Michelle R.S., Pete Nordine, R. Bauer 25, Raina Taylor, Skittles, and Will Hutchison. Thanks to all of our Quad Jet members. And now, as we continue the broadcast, you will see the names of our Tri-Jet and Twin Jet members here on the channel. Check the radar here. Looks like the next takeoff is going to be American Eagle 3734 to Houston Hobby Airport here in Texas.
Juliet, hotel 36 right, 3730.
American 817, contact
Departure, American 817.
And I do have to say that the clarity of the picture coming down from 2 miles away is deteriorating. My mouth can't say it with this cold. Deteriorating a little bit as the sun comes up, the ground warms up.
Envoy 3734, contact switch.
And we get that kind of oasis-like quality to the image from far away.
Good day, American 671. American 21 on Envoy 3403, if you're able to plan for Echo 5, please.
Echo 5, Envoy 3403.
Skywest 3229.
We've got birthday talk going on here. Crystal Crowder responding to Finland guy who says, June's my favorite too. Warm and my birthday. Jim O'Leary says, let's start a South Flow chant and pray to the wind gods. Well, see if I can do this without disconnecting my camera here. We can only see 2 of the 4 flags. The Fort Worth flag and the Dallas flag. Now we're looking to the north here, so you can see that because the flags are blowing to the right side of the screen, that means the wind's coming in from the west. And it will be shifting around, at least the forecast says, from the south later today. And I was kind of hoping it would happen while we are on the air. But we've only got less than 90 minutes for that to come true. The next outgoing aircraft, according to Flight Radar 24, is American Flight 448 to Los Angeles, an Airbus A321. And there it is there.
Envoy 3528 and Envoy 3397, both are with Kilo, cross runway 36 right, contact ground point 85, call signs only.
3528. 3397.
Envoy 33 Envoy 37, cross runway 36 right, contact ground point 85, call signs only.
Envoy 33 right.
Aviation Geek wants to know is if I knew that today is the start of the NASCAR season with the Daytona 500 today. I think I'd heard something about it. I'm not a big NASCAR fan. Nothing against it. I just, it's not my bag, as all the hip kids say. But good luck to all NASCAR drivers. I did go to the Indy 500 a couple of times, as once as a spectator and a couple of times as a photographer. I remember one year I was assigned the third turn at the Indy 500, and there was like a wooden platform, a scaffolding that I had to climb up. And it was not a stairway, it was like a ladder, not a stairway. And I had to get about a 25, 30-pound film camera up there. I think I had to use a rope, as I remember, to lift it up there. It's Flight 2161, American Airlines off to McAllen, Texas. It's a 737-800.
American 1820 on after half full, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. American 1769 DFW Airport, ready to go. Traffic underway, runway 36 right, on after right.
And so I can brag that I did once drive around the Brickyard in a vehicle, in a convertible, as I recall, to as part of a report. Now, it wasn't on race day. But I have done a spin around the Indy 500. I also tripped over a short brick fence to the pit area from the starting line area with a very expensive TV camera in hand. It started raining as we were filming something, or as we were taping something, I should be more accurate in saying. And I landed on my knees trying to protect the camera, which is probably a $30,000 or $40,000 camera and lens. This is American Flight 2759 off to San Antonio, Texas, 737-800.
DFW Tower, 78236 left, and we're going to the side today.
American 782 DFW Tower, runway 36 left, third line.
Third line, 36 left.
Skywest 3170, Exalt 8, cross runway.
And I think we have now completed our salute. Scrolling across the bottom of your screen to all of our Runway DFW channel members, thank you so much once again for your support of the channel. And again, if you're a new channel member today, you will see your name appear on the list next time we broadcast. Martha Perdue's here from Lenoir, North Carolina, or I never know how to pronounce that. Is it Lenoir or Lenoir? Is it the French pronunciation or the Southern pronunciation? I'm not sure. Alyssa is checking in from Barbados. Happy to have you here today. Sounds like a nice place to be. Dream Life says, good morning, Arizona. Luke, the Random Spotter, channel member and moderator, says winds from 250 degrees at 4 knots currently, starting to turn. So yes, that's what we're hoping for. I don't see any sign of it yet. See how the aircraft movements are going. Yeah, everything's still coming in from the south and taking off to the north.
Envoy 4168 on the visual 36 left.
Envoy 4168, this is Tyler 36 left, third line.
Clear to land 36 left, Envoy 4168.
Skywest 3177, turn left heading 340, maintain 10, 10,000, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff.
Of course, our radar coverage brought to you from Flight Radar 24. We've got American Airlines Flight 1214 coming in from Salt Lake City, Utah. It's an Airbus A321.
American 2964, traffic will hold in position. That was the Juliet, cross runway 36 right, contact now, 0.85.
That was Juliet, cross runway 36 right, ground 0.85, American 2964.
American 1214, east west.
We're here.
American 1214, traffic will in position. That was the Juliet, cross runway 36 right,
Cross 36 right, ground 0.85, American 1214. Order for Skyway service, good day, sir.
Air shuttle 299.
Tower, American 2377, visual 36 to left, parking left side.
Alright, you called for 1 American 2639, Roger, number 2. American 2377, DFW Tower, runway 36 left, clear to land, and did you say east side?
West side, clear to land, 36 left, American 2377.
Copy, west side.
Well, if you can make it out down there, that's, I believe, American Airlines Flight 2639 going to Puerto Vallarta, but pulling out in front of it is United Express 6297 to Houston Intercontinental Airport. That's an Embraer 175.
Air shuttle 6297, RNAV to G-line, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. RNAV G-line, clear for takeoff, 36 right, air shuttle 6297.
So for those of you who have been with us from the start of this broadcast or early on, you'll notice how much the viewing to the south of us has deteriorated. It was almost crystal clear this morning when we first started, but the sun has kind of warmed up the ground, if not me, and it creates this interference in our viewing. Now, once the plane gets off the ground, it becomes much clearer, but when we have to look across this expanse of pavement and grass, it's a little blurry. Now, of course, the autofocus is not helping there.
Air shuttle 6297,
Well, I guess I won't complain about the weather. Top Gun 320 says, I have a few inches of fresh snow in my backyard right now. I'm shivering on my couch.
It'll be 126 correction.
Well, there's some sun to warm you up. Virtual sun, I guess, in your case. I hope that helps a little.
Echo Whiskey Juliet, hold short 36 right, envoy 4168.
Well, let's see. I've lost all control of my computer now. I don't know if it's related to the cold. My mouse doesn't work. My trackpad is non-functional. So we're just going to have to fly by the seat of our pants here. I still can control 3 things that you can look at.
Envoy 3390.
26 right, line up await, envoy 3393.
American 2377, right at Echo 2, hold short, runway 36 right at Whiskey Kilo.
Echo 2, hold short 36 right, Whiskey Kilo, American 2377.
Envoy 3956, contact departure.
Departure K, envoy 3956.
I'm pretty sure it can't be my computer is overheating.
Morning departure, envoy 3956, CAT 2 for 10.
Oh, my mouse has come back. Carlos Chrome says, I'm going to Founders Plaza this week before picking somebody up from DFW. Well, that's always a good thing to do. Take some extra time and stop by here.
Envoy 36 right, envoy 3460.
American 2375.
36 left, American 2365.
Antonio Sabatini says, greetings from Italy, from Italia.
American 1655, east to west.
Take up 36 right, RW,
Mark SRT Wolf, channel member, says we're actually about 18 degrees as it is warming up nicely since the sun has come up. That still sounds kind of cold, gotta say. Well, we got planes getting launched right and left here. Let's see if we can find out what's coming up next. It's American Flight 2341 to Querétaro, Mexico, 737-800. Just making the turn onto runway 36 right for takeoff. And yes, so far no sign of reversing operations here, as we got a big lineup of planes headed towards the south side for what's usually a very busy 9 o'clock hour here on Sunday morning. And again, before we leave the air this morning, we should be seeing Qatar 777 coming in from Doha.
American 1561, east or west?
West.
American 1561, taxi via Echo Whiskey Juliet, hold short, runway 36 right.
Echo Whiskey Juliet, short 36 right, American 1561.
Well, I see the temperatures climbed above freezing here. So just above 0 Celsius.
Tower, runway 36 left, clear to land. Envoy 4073, DFW Tower, runway 36 left, clear to land. Envoy 4073, DFW Tower. American 2377, traffic will hold in position at Whiskey Kilo, cross from a 6 right, contact ground.
Cross 365 down Whiskey Kilo, Roger ground, American 2377.
Envoy 4168,
Envoy 4168, Whiskey Juliet, cross 36 right.
Tower, morning number 4073,
Mark Powell says the 747 looks good sitting still. Totally agree with you. It was O'Malley who pointed out that there's some work going on engine number 2 over there. See some ladders there and cones about, but haven't seen anybody actually working on it today.
American 2341, contact departure.
Oh, departure 2341, we'll see it.
See what's going on. You can see there's a bunch of planes there on the getting ready to take off. Looks like American Flight 3926, American Eagle 3926 to College Station, Texas is next in line.
Envoy 3926, DFW Tower, runway 36 right, line up, correction, RNAV 2, G-line, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff.
That's it there. Pretty far away from us. Kind of a little glowing blob there. To number 175.
Envoy 3341, DFW Tower, 36 left, clear to land.
DFW Tower, 2193, outside char, visual 36 left, parking west.
American 2193, DFW Tower, 36 left, clear to land.
36 left, American 2193.
Envoy 4073, thanks for that.
Our next contestant is off to Mexico City. It is flight 389. There it is. 737-800.
Holding in position, squawk 050. Envoy 3352, hold short runway 36 right, that's Whiskey Lima.
Hold short 36 right, Whiskey Lima, Envoy 3352.
American 1812, RNAV 2 half full, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. Runway 35, 39, DFW Tower, runway 36 left, clear to land.
36 left, clear to land, runway 35, clear to land.
And all of a sudden, what do you know? It's 9 o'clock here at Runway DFW. You are watching Runway DFW live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas on a chilly Sunday morning. It is, if I can get this right, Sunday, February 18th, 2024. So circle that date on your calendar as the day you watch this episode of Runway DFW. My name is Walt. We're here for about another hour worth of activity. Maybe we'll see the flights turn around. Maybe we'll see the operations reverse. I don't know, but stick around for all the excitement from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Good morning to you. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. So here we are. Josh Aldridge says a black and white stream would be interesting one time. Yeah, we could, whoops, didn't mean to do that, sorry. We could reduce our screen dimensions to 4:3 like old TV or old movies. Go black and white. I don't know. We'll see. I've thought about it before. I could use old-fashioned talk.
Runway 33 you traffic in position at Whiskey Lima, cross runway 36 right, and contact ground 25.
36 right at Whiskey Lima, ground 25, highway 33.
Envoy 4073 at Golf 8, cross runway 36 right, contact ground 25.
Golf 8, cross 36 right, ground 25, Envoy 4073.
Runway 33
You just saw Flight 2366 off to San Diego, California, an Airbus A321. We have another A321 off to, looks like Palm Springs in California, Flight 2673.
We'll keep it rolling with the kilo across 36 rail contact ground inside out of 3449.
American 2366, contact departure.
Departure good name, 2366.
American 20.
There it is.
5 at Zulu, cross runway 36 right, contact ground 0.65, stop at Zulu Bridge.
Cross 36 right, Zulu 0.65, top 2335.
Envoy 3820 DFW Tower 36 left, clear to land.
Envoy 36 left, Envoy 36 left.
Serenish. says, good morning from sunny Phoenix, sending foot warming vibes to you at DFW. Foot warming. Well, I've got some heavy duty footwear on this morning. Some hiking boots, which keep my feet insulated from the ground, so I'm good. So once again, we are watching for this flight to Palm Springs to start rolling.
Envoy 3846, DFW Tower, runway 36 right, line up point. 36 right, line up point, up 138.
Well, here it goes now. Off to sunny Palm Springs. At least I hope it's sunny.
Envoy 3846, are now to G-Line, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. 36 right, clear for takeoff, fire to G-Line, Envoy 3846. American Line, 36 right, line up point. Run up and away, 36 right, 520.
Joao Lopez Esteves says, good morning from Portugal. We are happy to see you here. Captain John, channel member, says, London Heathrow flight on the way in is on the takeoff roll, watching it live.
Frontier flight 3325, DFW Tower, on 36 right, line up and wait. Frontier flight 1324, taxi via Echo Zulu, hold short, only 36 right.
Echo Zulu, hold short 36 right, Frontier flight 1324.
Envoy 3846, on support.
Partner 3846.
Frontier flight 1324, taxi via Echo, hold short, now hold short, only 36 right.
Echo Whiskey Foxtrot, hold short 36 right.
The flight from Doha on Qatar, flight 17K, it looks like. Be a 777-200 LR. We should be seeing that in about 30 minutes. Hopefully it'll come in on this side of the airport. Also in this hour, an American Airlines flight to Honolulu is taking off just before the top of the hour. And around that time also, American flight, a Dreamliner flight to Cancun is also planned for takeoff. So back to the action we go.
American 2517, RNAV to Haskell, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. Envoy 3940, DFW Tower, runway 36 right, line up point. Runway 36 right, line up point, Envoy 30.
Set down American 2197 on the visual 36 left.
American 2197, DFW Tower, 36 left, clear line.
50 left, clear line, American 2197. Mercury Day, clear flight 3325.
That was Frontier Flight 3326 to Santa Ana, California, Airbus A320 Neo.
American 27 at 98, DFW Tower, runway 36 right, line up the light.
We have this American Airlines flight lifting off to Calgary in Canada, an Airbus A319 flight 2517.
61 DFW Tower, runway 36 left, clear line.
Top Gun 320, we say so long to you. Heading out to church. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day. Hope you do too.
American 2798, RNAV to Haskell, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. RNAV to Haskell, clear for takeoff, 36 right, 2798. Envoy 3407, DFW Tower, runway 36 right, line up the light.
Luke, the random spotter, says winds back to 270 degrees, straight from the west, now at 6 knots. That's a direct crosswind for the 3-6s, which are the two runways we are observing this morning. Next out is a flight to San Francisco, the city adjacent to the bay.
Envoy 3407, RNAV to G-line, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. American 2232, DFW Tower, runway 36 right, line up the light. American 2232, RNAV to Haskell, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. Envoy 3944, DFW Tower, runway 36 right, line up the light. Runway 36 right, line up the light.
Jane Harkis says, hello, everyone. Just watched American take off at London Heathrow to Dallas, 777, at 3 p.m. UK time on BJTV, which we know is Big Jet TV.
American 2197, right, to Echo 2 east or west. East for American,
I believe this is going to be American Flight 2232 to Eagle, Colorado, an Airbus A319. If I can keep it in my sights here.
American 2232, call flight departure. Start departure, American 2232. American 2232, Runway 3897, DFW Tower, traffic across downfield, runway 36 right, line up the light. 36 right, line up the light, Envoy 13.
Captain General says, good morning, everyone. Hello, Captain.
Envoy 3944, contact departure.
Caroline Small, or Smale, pointing out that this is a major hub for American Airlines, and I would dare say that this is the number one hub for American Airlines. It is, of course, the airline's home base.
contact ground 185.
And American operates about upwards of 80% of the flights here in and out of DFW, including American and American Eagle. And that was American Flight 2655 and Airbus A321neo off to Portland, Oregon.
American 1812 as Whiskey Golf, cross runway 36 right, contact ground 0.85.
882.
I'm sorry, American 882 at Whiskey Golf, cross 36 right, contact ground 0.85.
American 882.
Frontier Flight 1324, Whiskey Foxtrot, cross runway 36 right, you'll follow the American Airbus off the right, contact ground 0.85. Frontier Flight 1324. 2655.
So we're still looking way down there on 36 right through all the ground haze this morning. On the right there, I believe it's American Eagle Flight 38972 to Waco, Texas, in number 175. See, off to the left here, I thought we saw, there's a Spirit plane which is bound for Phoenix. It's an Airbus A320. And in the foreground, there's a plane that just landed from Bentonville, Arkansas.
Convoy 3897, turn left heading 340, maintain 4,000, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. 36 right, clear for takeoff, Convoy 3897. National Airlines 2902, DFW Tower, 136 right, line up and wait.
So here goes the flight to Waco, which is only about a half-hour hop from here.
Tower 3756, tower.
Convoy 3897, contact departure 18-1.
18-1.
That plane made a vector that I hadn't seen before, at least not commonly, almost going right over us. So here's that Spirit plane headed off to Phoenix, and I think United Flight 506, a 737-800 bound for Denver, will be next in line for departure. So try to warm up my fingers here.
Contact departure. Departure for runway 2992.
right, so here's the United plane off to Denver. Here on runway DFW, live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport.
American 2720, on average G-Vine, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff.
G-Vine clear for takeoff, 36 right, 27.
American 1209, DFW Tower, runway 36 right, line up for late. Envoy 3959, hold short, runway 36 right at Whiskey Kilo.
26 right, Whiskey Kilo, hold short, 26 right, Whiskey Kilo, police 969.
I may be wrong, but I think I see 757 Chip over there. Could be wrong, but I think that's him. Kai, one of our quad jet members, says, "Hi Walt, hope you're staying warm on this cold morning." I am indeed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Chip. Caroline wants to know, what's the temperature from where everyone is watching? 21 degrees where she is. Yeah, Chip said he was going to come out here today. I didn't think he was going to after I heard after I saw it was going to be so cold. Not that he isn't weather resistant, but... I think that's an arriving plane.
Envoy 3756, hold short, runway 36 right at Whiskey Juliet.
Short, 36 right, Whiskey Juliet, runway 376.
This plane making the turn, this looks like the last plane to be in the queue down there. It's American Flight 2046 to San Jose, 737-800. Tim Barnhart is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Tim. A subscription to the channel is free, and it gives you entree into participating in our chat room. So I hope you'll come and introduce yourself after the timeout window of 10 minutes expires.
Envoy 3796, Envoy 3756, Whiskey Juliet, runway 36 right, 0.85, false on moment. 37. American Airshot, Envoy 3959.
Chip's been taking pictures over there. With his long lens. Come over and say hello. How are you doing?
Good.
What's up with you?
Not much.
Where have you been? Any exciting places?
I haven't been anywhere since New Year's in Seattle. So I've been joining the guys at the H for New Year's Eve. That's
Oh, yeah. Here, let me get my other microphone out here. Hold on. We'll talk to Chip, because I have some questions for him. Okay. So let's see, let's show you him. Here he is. There's our camera back there.
Oh, there we go.
So, you had a role in the development of the 757,
Yep.
which, tell us what that was.
Well, as a young engineer, barely out of college, I was lucky enough to get in a special projects group. And they basically said, here's the computers. We've got all these different problems. Go solve them. So one of the projects I worked on was clearance study on a ram air turbine. Then one of the most interesting things was there were two structural mock-ups of the 757. One had the taxi light housing but no landing gear doors.
Okay.
The other one had the doors, so the number one airplane was literally 10 days from rollout. They retracted the nose landing gear, and there goes the taxi light housing. So myself and another guy literally within 2 days had the clearance needed and a new design.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. The other guys worked on the group. One guy did the placement of the fuel probes. One of the guys wound up retiring as a senior technical fellow. He worked on 747-400 wing box, 777-200 wing box, and then his last project was the Dreamliner main landing gear housing.
Wow.
So I worked with some pretty interesting people. Another person retired flight test. So it was a really fun group to work with. I did some other stuff, like they put us in a frame design group for a while, and then we did a lot of support for the CAD and stuff like that. So it was fun. For 3 years, it was a lot of work, but it was fun.
So now let me give you. I hear the 757 called the Flying Pencil. But is that all the versions, or only one, or?
I think they're really referring to the 57300 because it's the stretch version.
Yeah.
They hadn't started on that when I left. So I guess I don't know who gave it that name, but it is a rocket ship. It really is.
It's a cool looking plane to take off. I wish we saw more of them here.
I think UPS is the only one that flies them here.
Right.
Now. So I see a lot in Seattle, of course, San Francisco, LAX.
Well, United and Delta still fly them.
Yeah,
but we don't see.
I saw a lot in
Denver
Denver when I was there this past summer.
Yeah, we see them occasionally on a sports charter here, but that's about it as far as the passenger configuration goes.
Yeah, it's too bad that they destroyed all the tooling on it. So.
Yeah, why did they do that? Now, why did the 737 live on and the 757 got?
What I had a discussion early, like 2010s, with actually a marketing guy, the VP of marketing for Boeing Commercial, just by chance bumped into him at Everett, and he said that they just didn't have any orders and they didn't expect any new orders. Huh. Now, why they decided to destroy the tooling, I'm not sure, because they could have used that fuselage and put new wings on that thing, and that would have been an A321 killer.
Yeah.
So,
needless to say, is that your favorite aircraft, the 757?
I actually, my favorite to travel on is a Dreamliner.
Ah.
So, I mean, I pretty much travel on everything. I haven't been on an A350 or a 340 or a 380. I've been on 330s in Asia quite a bit with Cathay Pacific, and the previous was Dragon Air. I actually flew one American A330 from San Francisco to Philadelphia once. That was only once in the U.S. A lot of 747-400 flights between San Francisco and Hong Kong. But the Dreamliner, the 787-9 is my favorite. So
I'll have to get a ride on one of those sometime.
Yeah, if you go visit your son in Korea.
I know. Well, last time I visited, they were using the 777 on that route.
Now, when I was at Tokyo, I was on a 787-9. And I was at business class, but the way they configured the business class with the reverse seats, like I was flying backwards both ways, it's a little tighter than the -9. So
is it?
It's not quite as comfortable.
Is it weird sitting backwards on a plane? It seems like it would be.
Not really. I mean, once you do it once, it's fine.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're talking with 757 Chip, who's a channel member and a great supporter of the channel and an interesting chap. So thank you for stopping by. You said you were going to, and I
was driving up, and I realized I haven't been up here since October.
Wow.
And I had been to...
Well, you haven't seen the fence then.
Yeah. Well, I've seen it on the stream, but I've been to 2 spotting sessions in Haneda and 3 at LAX since then. So I figured it was time to come up.
All right. Well, glad to have you here, and thank you for hanging out with us, and thank you for your support of the channel. Thank you, Chip. 757 Chip. You've seen his name on the chats. You've probably seen him in person on Airline Videos Live once or twice. So now we've been lucky enough to have him here with us too. And it was lucky for us that he stopped by just now, because there wasn't really much in the way of anything going on here as far as flight operations go. But in the next half hour, we should be seeing the Qatar 777 coming in from Doha. We've got Spirit Airlines Flight 2918 coming in from Chicago O'Hare. Just about to touch down. See if we can get lined up to catch that arrival. There it is. It's Airbus A320neo from the Windy City. Speaking of wind, we still have the wind out of the west here. So it's a crosswind, because these runways are north and south. 7 miles an hour, it says, here on the airport. The airport information that we're getting. The flight from Doha estimated to be here at about 9:44, so just about 10 minutes away. Oh, and look at this. Well, no, I don't think that's gonna... We've got a scheduled 747 flight coming in from Chicago, Asiana Airlines, but I don't see it on the radar, so I don't really think we'll be seeing it here in the next 30 minutes. Donnie White says, I'd love to see an A340. We do get the Lufthansa A340 coming in here, I think, 4 or 5 days a week from Frankfurt. It does show up later in the afternoon, however, and we will not be here to see that. We did put on a special broadcast when it returned, because I think we had its last flight to Dallas back in May, and it was the only A340 we saw, and actually it's the only 4-engined passenger aircraft we see now, other than the A380, which comes in from London, also in the afternoon. So very happy to see the A340 back here at DFW. And on some future afternoon presentation, we will bring that to you once again. That was American Flight 1188 arriving from Guatemala City, I think. Yes. 737-800, 2 hour and 41 minute flight. We've got a Dreamliner Let's see if we can pull that up in our sights. There's a Dreamliner Dash 8, flight 123 going to Honolulu. And it is headed to the top end of runway 36 right for takeoff to the islands. It's be making a U-turn here pretty soon. Thanks again to Chip for talking with us.
Under the bridge.
Tim Barnhart says, hello, do you have a Facebook page? Would love to give you a shout out in our Radar Box Spotter group. Stopped in to see some planes for a bit and found you streaming. I think, yeah, I do have a Facebook page, which I don't believe I've accessed in a while. There is, I think, if you looked, there would be a Runway DFW Facebook page, but I'll have to work on that. We're pretty much YouTube oriented here at Runway DFW. We had some gifted memberships while we were chatting with 757 Chip. That's from Steve Lundaby, gifting 10 memberships, 10 new memberships. So thank you again, Steve Lundaby. All right, we say aloha to flight 123. I am sure its passengers are looking forward to a warm reception when they get there. Into some warmer weather. Well, it's going to warm up into the 70s here, Fahrenheit, later this week in North Texas. And I should say that our next broadcast planned is going to be Tuesday night for an after dark spectacular. It's supposed to be very mild. The winds will be out of the south, so we should have a very good chance of seeing some planes. And we've had some pretty good luck on Tuesday nights as far as sightseeing, so hope you can join us for Runway DFW After Dark Tuesday. And our typically we go on the air at 8:30 p.m. Try to be on a little sooner if possible. And Luke the Random Spotter says, might actually get into the mid-40s here today in northwest Iowa at the Northwest Airlines History Center. Very cool.
With you now.
And Scott Halla, our new channel member, says thanks for the membership gift to Steve Lundaby. And Miswell 13, already a channel member and moderator, says, reaches out with a thank you for those membership gifts. Nick Lamb says hi, and Randy Sandhoffner says hello from Omaha, Nebraska. Caroline Smale says an Airbus A321 to Los Angeles soon, and it is, yes, it is approaching the starting point down there at runway 36 right. See if we can find it here. It's pretty far away. And again, the images from that far away, and again, this is about 2 miles away. It's pretty blobby, thanks to the ever-increasing ground clutter visually. So it'll be an Airbus A321neo, flight 29782 to the City of Angels. But you know, I think we're going to divert our attention away from that because we do have the flight from Doha coming in, and it is coming in here on the west side. A bonus for us. There it is. Qatar Airways flight 17K, it says here. 777-200 LR. A 15-year-old aircraft. So there you have an impressionistic look at the arrival of a 777. That plane left Doha 16 hours and 18 minutes ago.
Kilo heavy, Whiskey Kilo, cross runway 36 right. Okay, Whiskey Kilo, and focus on runway 35 right, and then drop that 121.
It's one of two daily flights between here and Doha that Qatar operates. The other one is an A3, an A. Was it? An A350 1000 model. And that is a big, long plane. Of course, the advantage for these long international flights is if they land here on the west side, that means they're just within spitting distance of Terminal D, which is the international terminal. If they land on the east side, they've got a long taxi over to this side of the airport. I'm looking at the radar now. This is the only thing going on here. Well, we've got some planes taking off on the east side. There's the tail of the Japan Airlines plane we saw coming in from Tokyo earlier this morning. Qatar, welcome to Texas, says Donnie White, and Mary Extraordinaire says that's a big old plane. Caroline Smale says, are the two terminals not used at DFW, the northmost one and the southernmost one? Just curious, don't see anything there. Oh, there's all sorts of, we have 5 terminals here, A, B, C, D, and E. And take a look at our radar here. And while there's no, Terminal A is at the top right, Terminal B is at the top left. It doesn't look like there's a lot going on at Terminal B, but there's a lot of planes there parked, but some of them are inactive right now. But yeah, just about everything is, there's activity at all the terminals here at this big airport. Mark Cunningham notes that we're getting a lot of heat haze for a cold day. And I think it's just because of the contrast, because it got so cold overnight, relatively speaking, for North Texas. Now, got into the 20s here overnight. And it was in the 20s when we got here. And I'm talking Fahrenheit, of course. But yeah, once it warms up, or once the sun comes out, it starts to heat up the ground and the pavement and the foliage, and just makes everything kind of shimmer. Gerard with his Sunday checklist, do nothing and watch Runway DFW. And of course, about 10 minutes from now, it will be the start of the Sunday Spectacular over there at Airline Videos Live, and we'll wrap things up before that, so you can keep an eye on Kevin and Rudy as they watch the planes at LAX. I will keep our camera turned on as I pack up here, so if you don't have anything better to do, or if you have an extra screen, you can watch us packing up. Josh Aldrich says he's surprised that DFW doesn't have a second terminal that could handle international arrivals like LAX, JFK, Chicago O'Hare, and Atlanta have. And, well, I don't know. I would imagine that sometime in the future, we'll see that happening here. We do, of course, have Terminal F, which is on the verge of being under construction. And it's going to be right in front of that. It's to the south of Terminal D here on the west side. And it'll be right in front of that elevated structure there, which carries the interterminal trains back and forth. We do have American Airlines Flight 1415 going to Vancouver in Canada, the 737-800, which is about to take off. Let's see if we can find that. So it's not the plane in the foreground, which just came in from Orlando. It's that fuzzy plane there in the background. Again, that's going to Vancouver. Out there on the west coast of Canada. Josh is letting us know that Kevin just fired up his BTS behind the scenes presentation. So seeing nothing of note, well, we'll finish it up with a couple of arrivals here. First of which is American Flight 852 from Denver, an Airbus A321. And then coming in right on the tail of that will be American 1018 from Phoenix. And then we'll close things out here for you on a Sunday morning edition of Runway DFW. Yeah, so it's warmed up more than 10 degrees Fahrenheit since we've been here, so that's welcome. Should be a nice afternoon, and I believe they will be reversing operations out here, so if you are in the vicinity and want to check things out here at Founders Plaza, you'll get a little closer to the aircraft. So here's the arrival from Denver.
Tango, departure is uniform, current altimeter 3030.
And to complete the broadcast, we will bring you the arrival of the flight from Phoenix. I don't see. Oh, I see it now. There it is.
Just double checking 13924 with land runway 36 left.
194 from the 36 left, clear to land.
Runway 36 left, with land runway 3924.
852, Jackery Zulu, cross runway 36 right, contact ground 36.
All right, there you go. We're going to get on out of here. I want to thank everybody. Let's see. Let's get our music in order here. You've been watching Runway DFW live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Some people we want to thank, including channel sponsor James Webb. Thank you, James, for setting us up with a lot of great equipment to help us bring these broadcasts to our ever-growing audience. We want to thank Kevin at Airline Videos Live for supplying us with battery power, and they'll be charged up for your next visit. Have a great show today, Kevin and Rudy. And as always, the Runway DFW Moderation Federation here in force this morning to greet you, to say hello to you, to thank you for being with us. And I thank all of the members of the Runway DFW Moderation Federation for their great service to this channel. And now, take that out, and we'll be on our way. Again, we're going to leave our signal on. We're going to pack up, and you can watch if you want. I'll reset our pack-up camera for a little different angle. And so that's it. Thanks so much for helping me stay warm this morning, and we'll see you on Tuesday night at 8:30 Central Time. Check your local listings for the next edition of Runway DFW After Dark. Happy contrails to you. Until we meet again, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for your conversation, for your super chats, for your kindness. We'll see you again next time on Runway DFW.
Overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
Yeah, just take the Highway 84 over. Less business. So how long does it usually take you to get up here? Like 2 hours? Yeah, I'd like to do it. One time I was...
Which they're getting rid of.
Oh yeah, because they're getting rid of the flagships.
Hello. I apologize for having turned down our musical accompaniment there. Thought I was turning down our secondary microphone, which picks up the random noise, and I put that away, but I turned off our music instead. So apologies. We'll be here with you for a little while longer before we wind up some cables, and so, you know, if you're hanging out, hang out. Well, we're going to samba our way out here. Just talking with Chip here. And again, we will return with Runway DFW Tuesday night, Central Time in the U.S. at about 8:30 p.m. So watch for our notification. Set your bell to ring to give you an alarm, and we'll see you then. Again, happy contrails to you until we meet again. Walt here with Chip by my side, 757 Chip, saying adios.
Gotta get going, love you, bye for now.